Hey y'all, today's video is going to be talking about representation and self-discovery, the role of books in shaping my asexual and disabled identity. The power of books in my journey. Books have always been a safe space for me, especially as someone who is multiply disabled and asexual. Growing up, they were my gateway to the world, providing comfort and sense of belonging. Through reading, I began to explore my identity not just as an asexual, but as someone who navigates the intersection of disabilities. In this essay, I will reflect on how books have I will be able to reflect on how books have played a pivotal role in my shaping my understanding of my asexual identity and how they helped me process my experiences as a disabled individual. Two early experiences and the lack of representation as a child. I loved to read. Most of the stories I encountered rarely reflected my identity. While books provided comfort, there was little to no representation of asexual characters or disabled individuals like me. This absence made it difficult to fully relate to what I read, and the feelings of being invisible, both in terms of my asexuality and my disability, created a sense of this feeling. It was hard to understand who I was without seeing myself mirrored in the stories I devoured. Finding asexual representation in literature, it wasn't until I was older that I began to find books that featured asexual characters, and for the first time I felt seen. As I explored literature with asexual characters, I saw pieces of myself reflected in the pages. These stories gave me permission to acknowledge and embrace my identity. Even though I hadn't yet come out, they acted as a bridge, allowing me to explore my feelings as ideas about asexuality in the way that felt safe and validating. Books became my quiet and safe place as I began to expect my identity and the intersection of disability as asexuality in literature. As someone who is multiply disabled, I began to seek out books that explored not only asexuality but also included disability. I found the most asexual book lacked nuanced portrayals of disabled characters, and many disabilities focused books failed to explore asexuality. However, a few authors managed to write stories where disability and asexuality coexisted beautifully. These stories showed me that my experiences, not both disabled and asexual, wasn't an anomaly. It was validated, and I wasn't alone in it. They helped me see that I could embrace both parts of my identity and without having to choose one over the other. Books as a source of comfort during my coming out process. Books continued to play a exponential role. They provided guidance when I needed it most. The characters in these books didn't have easy journeys. They often struggled with societal rejection, internalized shame, and the complexities of navigating their identities. But they also found love, acceptance, and self discovery. Their stories helped me build a courage to come out at 22, showing me that it was possible to navigate the world as a asexual person and finding happiness even when facing the adversities. Celebrating pride through books. Since I began celebrating pride, books have been an essential part of my observance. Reading asexual books during Pride Month allows me to honor my identity while connecting with a broader community of people who share similar experiences. I often gravitate towards books with disabled and asexual characters and characters with other labels as of the LGBTQ community as well during this time. Finding a sense of camaraderie in the stories. Pride isn't just about parades and parties for me. It's about finding joy and solidarity through reading and reflecting on the journey I've been on as both disabled and asexual. The impact of books of asexual characters on my identity. Looking back, I can see how far I've come in my personal growth. Books have helped me understand asexual identity in ways I never could have without them. They've taught me to embrace my uniqueness and to understand that journey both as an asexual person and as a disabled individual is validated through these stories. I've come to realize that my asexuality identity is not something separate from my disabilities. Both parts of me make up the whole of who I am, as they are equally important. The lacking in part of representation in books shaped asexual identity and continue to do so, offering me the representation I never have as a child as a multiply disabled person. I now seek out books that reflect all facets of my identity. These stories remind me that my experiences are worthy of being told, and they help me navigate the complexities of life with pride. In the end, books didn't just help me understand who I am, they helped me become who I am. As for the time, I will be forever grateful. I am and forever grateful.
Stop.